Hello there, I'm Adrian, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the rather unglamorous but important subject of knowing the names of the notes on the guitar fretboard. I'm always quite surprised at the number of players I come across who don't really know the names of their notes. And I mean, fair enough if you want to be a kind of strummy singer-songwriter, or if you're playing in a three-chord punk band, knowing the names of the notes on the neck probably isn't the most important thing. But if you want to be a serious musician, if you really want to have a deep understanding of the fretboard and how it relates to certain musical and theoretical concepts, then I think it really is essential knowledge. And I'm not talking here about kind of half knowing the notes on the fretboard, sort of knowing that, yeah, well, what's that note there? Well, it's kind of an A because I've got that A and an octave, and then you can work it out by thinking about it. I'm talking about the kind of knowledge where you know these notes completely cold, so you instantly know that that note is an F, that's an F sharp, that's an A flat, that's an A sharp, that kind of knowledge, so that the recall is completely instant. So in this lesson I'm just going to show you one quick simple exercise which I've found to be a really beneficial way of cementing that kind of knowledge. So this exercise isn't for complete beginners. I'm going to assume that you already know the names of the open strings on the guitar, that you know your musical alphabet, that you understand how the chromatic scale works, and that you're able to work out the location of any of the notes on the neck with a little bit of thinking time. If you're at that kind of stage already, then this exercise is going to be a way of just speeding up that recall until you're instantly able to find and identify any note. It's a really simple exercise. You're just going to need a guitar, and you're also going to need a metronome. And the idea is a really simple one. We're just going to choose a note. We're going to find every single possible location of that note on the fretboard, and then we're going to play it in time with a metronome. Now, the metronome stuff is important because that's going to force us to think quickly, and then as the exercise evolves we can speed up the metronome, we can cut down our thinking time until eventually you get to the stage where that recall is completely instant. So we're going to pick a note. Let's start with the note C, and we're going to find every possible C note on the neck of the guitar. If we start on the low E string, you've got a C note here at the 8th fret, and then an octave higher at the 20th fret. On the next string, the 5th string, we've got a C at the 3rd fret and the 15th fret. On the 4th string we've got a C at the 10th fret, and we can't actually play an octave C on the 4th string because I'm on a Telecaster here which only has 21 frets. Then on the 3rd string we've got the 5th fret and the 17th fret. On the 2nd string it's the 1st fret, the 13th fret, and then on the top string, the same as the low E string, it's the 8th fret here and the 20th fret. So those are all of the possible C notes on the guitar. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play them from low up to high, each C on each string, in time with the metronome. I'm just going to start my metronome up here. I've got it set to 80 beats per minute, and to start off with I'm going to play one note every 4 clicks of the metronome. So to start with you've got a little bit of thinking time, a little bit of time to think ahead and work out where the next C note is. So let me just go through that. I'm going to start here with the 8th fret on the low E string. Then octave higher, 20th fret, onto the 5th string. 15th fret, 4th string. There's only one C on this string, so I go straight to the 3rd string then. Octave higher. Then onto the top string. And then when you get to the highest C you can just come back down the same way. So back down to the 2nd string. Just that one C on the 4th string. And then we're back down to where we started from. So once you can do that without any mistakes, then you can start to make things a bit more difficult for yourself, and you can cut down the amount of time you've got to think about the note that's coming up next. So you could either speed up the metronome, or you could go down to fewer clicks on each note. So you could play one note every 3 clicks, a note every 2 clicks, playing a note on every click of the metronome. Let me just try and demonstrate that for you now. So I'm going to play my C note still, but on every click of the metronome. 2, 3, 4. There you go. It's not as easy as you think it's going to be actually when you're doing it at that kind of speed on every single click. So that's the basic exercise. Obviously, once you can do it with a C note, you've got 11 more notes to go. So you can either just pick a note at random and go through it with that note, or you could do it in a more systematic kind of a way by taking it round the circle of fourths, something like that. And depending on your current level of knowledge, you could either choose a note and work on that one note for an entire practice session or over a period of a week or so. Or you could try and go through all 12 of the notes in a single practice session. That's really sort of dependent on your current level of knowledge. So it's not the most sexy thing to be practicing, admittedly, but I hope you'll find that this is a really worthwhile and valuable thing to be doing with your practice time, and I really believe that it will make you into a better and more knowledgeable musician. So good luck with it, and I hope to see you for some more guitar lessons very soon. Bye bye.